Hi guys, Mom of Two RN Sabrina here. I posted my first Dollar Tree haul earlier, and I kind of wanted to post a little something that I wrote not long after I got out of school. I graduated with my associate's degree in nursing I was pinned on May 4th, and I took my NCLEX like 2 weeks later. And there were a few things that I wish somebody had told me when I was heading out onto the floor. But I just wrote a little something I wanted to share, and hopefully it'll be an inspiration or will help somebody in some way. Alright. Put this right here. It says, what you won't learn in nursing school. When you begin your journey of becoming a nurse, you will, without a doubt, be filled with fear, happiness, and an eagerness like you have never felt before. You will walk into your first class with a backpack full of paper, books, pens, pencils, highlighters, markers, note cards, sticky notes, and so many other items that you just knew you needed to be successful in class. But by your last semester, that backpack will be a notebook with a pen. You will sit in the front and hang on your instructor's every word and think, there is no way I will remember everything he or she is saying. As you progress through your journey, you will make friends, some for life and some for that moment. There will be many late nights, many all-night study sessions, some tears, anxiety, and tests that you think will be impossible to pass. But you will pass. After working hard and taking those tests and studying more information than you ever thought existed, you will be pinned and welcomed into the wonderful profession of nursing. You think the NCLEX will be your last hurdle, and you will soon have this job that you've only fantasized about. However, just 1 week on the floor will teach you that nursing school really taught you nothing. Now, I don't mean you didn't acquire book knowledge, the book knowledge it takes to be a nurse, but school does nothing to prepare you for actually holding someone's life in your hands. School doesn't prepare you for your first code. When the elderly gentleman you have been taking care of declines before your eyes and his family is insistent you do everything possible for him, but you know your efforts will be in vain. School doesn't prepare you for facing family members who want answers and want them now. School doesn't prepare you for your first patient death, especially when it was least expected, and you watch as that person you have cared for takes their last breath. School doesn't prepare you for having to discharge a person who has no place to go, no family, and whom is dying. The only place they can go is a shelter, and your heart hurts because you know that is no place for a person to have to spend their last days. School doesn't prepare you for holding your patient's hand when they are scared, even when you're just as scared for them. You will have many sleepless nights again, but for different reasons this time. You will lie awake wondering what you could have done differently that may have changed the outcome for a patient. You will have dreams, sometimes nightmares, about what happened the previous day on the floor. You will doubt yourself over and over again, but in front of your patients you will stand tall and present yourself like you are fearless. School doesn't prepare you for the first time you screw up, or the first time a doctor yells at you for what seemed like a minor thing. School doesn't teach you how to empathize or sympathize with your patient's current situation or past experiences. And school doesn't teach you how to handle a mad patient or family members, and it definitely doesn't teach you how to maneuver through your day just so you can say, I did it. You will doubt yourself more than you ever thought possible. You will wonder why you wanted to become a nurse, and you will question that decision at least a handful of times. You will have days where you cry, days you get fighting mad, and days where you just want to say, I quit. And in those moments, one patient will look at you and say, thank you for being here. And you will remember why this profession chose you. You will hold a patient's hand when they are scared, and they will squeeze it with the strength that you didn't know was humanly possible. Then they will thank you for holding their hand in that moment. And finally, school doesn't prepare you for crying with a family when they have lost a loved one. And even in their moment of weakness, they hug you and thank you for everything you did. It will be in those moments that you remember why you are a nurse. And you will know there is nothing greater than caring for others who, in a moment of sickness, weakness, and fear, cannot care for themselves. Last week, I had to do post-mortem care on 2 patients The first patient had passed at about 4:45 a.m. and I came on the floor at 7. And then the second patient was an actual inpatient hospice patient of mine. And I had to help pronounce his death. And I walked out of that room and I cried. He was surrounded by his wife and his kids. And then I took just a second for myself and went back in there and did care on him the way that I would want somebody to care for my father or my brother or my son. Nursing school doesn't teach you that stuff. Nursing school doesn't teach you that you're going to face death every day. Nursing school can teach you your fundamental basics, but it's not going to teach you how to care. It's not going to teach you how to cry with a patient or their family. It's not going to teach you how to give news to a patient's family. It's not going to teach you that stuff. It's not going to teach you how to code a patient who is 95 years old and you know that in reality they're probably not going to make it. But you have to do it because that's what the family wants. School doesn't teach you many things. It'll give you those book smarts where you can apply it. But unless this job chose you, you'll have a difficult time empathizing and sympathizing with these patients. It'll be uncomfortable to watch somebody take their last breath. It'll be uncomfortable to titrate morphine up every hour because they're calling out in pain, knowing that morphine is going to depress their respiratory drive, and at some point they're going to stop breathing. It won't teach you that at some point you have to stop tube feedings on a patient because their body is ceasing to work, and their family is convinced that the reason that they're going to die is because they're going to starve to death. It can be heart-wrenching, it can be heartbreaking, and it can be satisfying, all in one 12-hour shift, 13, 14-hour shift. For the record, you're never there for only 12 hours. So, that is my little bit for tonight, the little thing that I wrote a month after I took my NCLEX. And I will probably add something to it as time goes on, as I get more experience on the floor. And I'll definitely have more videos just about different things that I'm seeing. I work in a pretty, I said on my other video, a telemetry floor, but these patients can be pretty critically ill. In 3 months, I've seen, on just one day, we had 7 codes in like 6 hours. So, if this was beneficial to you, hit the like button. If you want to leave a comment, do that. If you want to subscribe, that would be great. Hopefully this was beneficial to somebody. I am headed to bed. Got to get up, take the kids to school in the morning, and got 100 different things to do before they get home from school. So you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching. Bye.